All right, chat. I just need to get on. I'm already just doing it, and start talking about it because I'm still working on my month in review. That's what's taking long. That's why I'm here, but I'm here. But let's just get here, and now we have our lights. So there we go. We're in business now. Let's go. Yeah, I'm just entering my new trades because I kind of realized I forced to do the same old habit, not logging what I did. So that is what we're doing right now. So I put in some of my new trades. Was a call spread. But okay. Buy trade is still open. Walmart trade's still open. The ones that are still open. I have them all logged except expert. Cash to put in PQQQ. That one expires on the 20th. And then this IBIT is the same. Okay. Yeah, there's actually. Okay, so we have a little bit of time. For what we're looking for though, are we looking like 30% credit, or are we looking? That's something to think about. Expecting environment. Future open, futures open in an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. Hour and a half. Guess 2.5 hours. um, but we'll see then. I think there's gonna be more downside. I don't. Kind of ugly. Red. I think it's gonna be pretty red. I think it's be kind of like the market is gonna be kind of sickly. Like there's just too much going on. Like it's not all bad news, but it's like there's just one that it's like there's too much uncertainty. Like market doesn't like uncertainty. Too much of it, kind of like it has the flu. Doesn't know what to do. It selling, but at least a rotation. I entered all my trades. I guess these are most of my trades, so I could put them over here. I'm not quite to my weekly target, but I think part of that is that the way that I'm calculating it, the trades that I'm doing, I'm only getting to that number and I'm only collecting part of that. So like this top end $500 number is like all the credit I receive, but I'm only taking about half of that. So I have to put that into my calculation algorithm. But nonetheless, it's heady. We can do that, and then I need my other created all these AI things to do a month in review. Go live. Honestly, we'll just look at the performance. I'm not gonna bust it out by stocks, options anymore. We'll just go ahead and performance tags, like that's kind of what we'll look at, the more general performance. I'm not gonna be granular about things. I'm not doing a bunch of different things right now. I'm only doing like one thing, so or like just a few. Burns. I would say that the trading is different. Oh, okay. Gemini. I wonder if I could give it like, yeah, like, have it. Might try that. But I think on this, take a look at it then. On this, we'll just do the month in review together, and we'll go through the regular what performed well, what didn't perform well. Then I need to figure out how to get AI to prompt all that for me and do. Okay, I think we're actually ready to go. Yes. Maybe I could do total for the month. I think that's the correct credit so far. That's kind of the credit for the month. I think that works. And then we have this. We could also put the, let me put that in there. Because this month has been marked mostly by this strategy. So pull the yeah, I think that's pretty close. I think that's numbers are never this always a problem for me. It's just like Um, let's go to custom date range. Of July. Oh. Alright, that's the... Doesn't need any meds, right? Kind of obsessed now with meds. Goobus now. I guess not till like 8 or 9 tonight. Alright, we'll get those. Alright, so AI strategy with 3. I deviated a little bit. I've put on some downside. I don't know if it's going to last through the nose, but I figured it would probably last until Monday. Volatility was up, and so I did add just one last. So I have 3 short positions. I have a vertical spread on the SPY. I have 2 call spreads on TQQ. And the rest is all bullish. I mean, most of this portfolio is bullish. It's not bearish at all. That's the plan. How that works. That's another thing we work on with bot. It's kind of changing a lot. Kind of go, but I'm going to settle into things that I'm comfortable with. And this is definitely something we have to stick with because it is shouldn't deviate too much from it. But this is a week, so things have changed a little bit. So I figured with the TQQ you could take on. I could do like 2 contracts versus for the cash secure puts versus the 1 for IWM. You get a little bit more credit, push us to the target for each week, or it's really like 14 days. I don't think 7 days doesn't seem to be long enough. And also, like in 7 days, something can happen and the trade can go kind of sideways. So like I feel like the 10 to 14 days gives you a little bit more of that sort of weekly space to figure out what's going on and like adjust, take the trades off and a little bit more flexible. The 7 days is kind of like, okay, you're gonna put it on and you're just letting it go. So see how that goes. So I bet we still have Walmart on the cash secure puts, and then we'll try spreads once the TQQ. I'll take those probably pretty quickly. So if those become profitable on Monday, I will take at least one of those off. Maybe keeping one on. It's just kind of nice to have. It's like one down. Maybe I'll add that. That's what I need to add to the portfolio. I'll add that to my end thing. Like just having a small sleeve for downside protection. End is an indicator. That thing starts to perform, something's up. And it might also help you control your cash secure put size. Because the rudimentary answers that I got, I don't have a full playbook plan, so to speak, but is like, first started asking AI questions about the downside. It was like, well, you size down. That's reasonable in those environments. You don't necessarily take trades off, which makes it smaller. going to different tickers, I mean, that could be something to add too, but you trade two different things, then it gets, you don't want to have a ton of different things. Strategy now. Cash on hand. Trying to close this at 1.5 times received. I don't mind being assigned, so I think that's more so for the spreads, because for the spreads you are just bleeding cash protected, but it's like that's an area where you could decide to either close or roll at 1.5 credit receipt, depending on, you know, what, I don't know about, you just have to look at it, maybe roll it or you spreads. I cash secure sign. That's probably the way that I would look at it. I guess I could ask AI too, what's the thing or whatever about being assigned versus taking. I think for cash secure, put it, close it, roll it, and solidify. I mean, I guess at some point you're going to solidify the loss anyway, because you're going to have to take shares, but I don't know if the risk changes all that much. It's not like you for money. Like, the risk is still the same. You're still down the same amount, but I guess maybe there's some part of it that you realize, because you have to, I don't know. Probably still realizing a lot, I guess. Thing. And I honestly haven't really been assigned the TQQQ, so, which I think I will be, based on Friday's price action, and my guessing that Monday. I don't know that the Asian markets like what happened on Friday, so, and like our data, well, you know, the things like, oh, the data's unreliable, blah, blah, blah. It was always wrong, and it's always like revised. It's like, I think there were problems before, and like they couldn't get the number right. Anyway, those numbers, I don't know how those, they move the market, but are they accurate? I don't know. It would be nice to have an insight into how hiring is occurring, but the government's too slow. It's like, and the thing is, it's like the way they take the surveys, it's like, well, why don't you find another way to get the data? Like, why are we doing it in such an archaic way? Like, why can't there just be some metric or something that's easily accessible by any company? Like just a link or something. I don't know, something easy. I don't know. So these are the trades I was able to close. Some previous IWM puts and IBIT puts. Typo, here we go. Three Qs. Fine on the keyboard. And then some of the discretionary trading on Friday. I did sell a few put, added one call spread. I didn't do this on Friday, but I did this Friday before the Fed put this on. It is at 50%, so technically it should come off, but I'm kind of greedy. I want $100 from it. So I'm trying to get to there, but it doesn't seem like I can get that. Maybe I'll take 50, but I don't want to rush it too much because there's still 48 days on it. So, and I don't think the news Friday was any good. So we'll see how far we can push. So far this week I realized $170 trading profits. Goal is to get 500, but we have to tweak that. I think we have to move that. That needs to, I don't want to change. Refine. I need to actually, because I think all I'm collecting total is like 500, but you only really keep like 30 to 50. So I'll have to work on that. Total credit so far is $700 or so dollars. know if this is true. I have to go back and look at TradesViz, see that is true. That's my big contributor to. Excellent. So this is this week and month. Close to the. We're gonna keep with the strategy. We're gonna keep trying it out. It's very consistent. I think that is the key here. It is consistent. You know, you don't want consistent wins each week, and to make more money, you just need to scale up. It's working scale up. So some lessons learned. I'm still working on this. I need to maximizing the credit received. That I'm tracking that like what I have on versus what I'm taking off. Am I taking stuff off too soon? That because of our credit, as much of that credit as we. I did take some discretionary plays. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know that I'll put any more on. Unless, I mean, I don't know. If things get bad, I guess. We have lost technical support. So, there's a long way down. So, we'll see how it shakes out. I'm going to guess a gap down. I'm going to guess a nasty little gap down for the Sunday Open. Hold your horses, everybody. So next week's plan, F1. But maybe I do have a GPT that I'm working on for portfolio, so I will start to consult that. I think at this point I'm looking probably at assignment so what I could do, I think what I have space to do is I can add a one more maybe cash gear put. We'll see how low the market goes. So we can add that, and then maybe we can add a put spread in, I don't know, IWM worth it without the rate cuts. I have no idea. The Dow? I don't know. Everything's not growing. So some things are growing. But like, you know, if people don't have jobs, they can't buy anything. Our GDP is dependent on, yeah, our companies are dynamic, but if people aren't buying anything, I mean, and I guess too, like, what's more important? So like, it seems like I don't know what consumers are important. Is it like over a certain amount of money you're important? And are those people enough people to get the numbers we need to sustain our economy? Like, let's say over 100,000. Those are the people that matter because they buy, not only they're buying groceries, but they're buying discretionary items. As you get higher and higher, and they're also buying groceries, but they buy more assets. As you get higher and higher up the socioeconomic ladder, they buy more assets. So then people that make less than 100, they're pretty much just buying groceries. Like, they're not really buying trips. They're not really buying a lot of discretionary things. They're buying like the essentials. You got like one group just buying the essentials, one group that can buy the essentials plus something else, and then you have the other group that can buy essentials easily, they can buy discretionary items easily, and then they can also buy assets. Who's more important? Who contributes to these numbers more? I think that's important going forward. I don't know the answer. I know that it's like, I don't know. There's a slowing and people are losing their jobs. Yeah, I don't know. No, so I need to put on one. Add a, especially with volatility being high. My plan is IWM, but I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Or could I buy stock in something? I'm still torn. Still kind of torn what to do with that other sleeve. I do want it to be a bit of a diversifier, something that's away from tech. Because IBIT and TQQ are very similar. Oh. But IWM's pretty liquid. I mean, you could even run dailies on that. You can't run dailies on TQQQ. You can only run weeklies. Which is crazy because it has so much volume. You can run dailies on that, but it's not much credit though. What is it, $30 a day? For like 20,000 a risk? Like, power it uses up. I think that, keep that for now. I'll stew on a little. Plan still says to do that. Maybe I'll talk to Chip. That's the plan for right now. I don't know where the market's gonna open, so I don't know if I can go in here. It'll be like at the 30 delta. That'll be where I sell 30 delta to the 50 delta, depending on what volatility gives me. Yeah, so probably putting one more of those on, and then no, and you could even do, maybe I'll do something like SPY spread instead of IWM, because SPY is less susceptible to interest. Like they don't, those companies in there don't need debt as much as growing company Russell. So I'll ask AI about that. I'll do. It's slightly more diverse than, not really, tech and instead of just tech and discretionary. So lots of tech. So it's. And I could use the Dow, but that's a little slow. Yeah, I don't know what the volume is like on. Maybe SPY. Yeah. I'll talk to AI about that, so we're gonna change it up. We're gonna spread for SPY plus. You might get better premium, better liquidity. There. You might ask, like, well, why are you tweaking it so much? It's just like you're trying to figure out what you're comfortable with. Because part of it too is just sitting and holding it, and you have to have things that you like sit and hold. Because if you don't, you're doing this, and it's like you have to kind of find something that jives with manage and hold, and you can look at it and not get like wigged out all the time. That's kind of what I'm working through. But you don't want to do it. You want to figure it out. Stick with it. So this has been successful, so we'll keep at it. We'll keep selling the premium and get some tips from AI about adding those false cash secure put on TQQ and some SPY stuff. So that is the AI strategy work. Let's go ahead and get the general performance here for July. Trades Viz. Okay. Oh yeah, let's go. Wait, I was doing a thing. Let me cancel. Let me cancel. Jeeve stopped. Let's go. Oh, I like how it appeared on both things. Maybe I moved it, but yeah, it appeared on both things. That's cool. 54 months. Holy moly. Let's go. It's all about the supporters, man. It's all about the followers, man. I don't see the chat. Yeah, I can't see it anymore. I can only see it here. Woo woo. Well, those are good. I like the Wilsif Rage. Wilsif Rage. That's the best one. I have my own meme. I have my own meme, everybody. Gotta have your own meme. Thanks, Jeep Stop. Let's go. Well, sonar sound I don't like, so we're turning that down. Okay, we gotta get going. We gotta keep going. Supporters are watching and listening. Must keep moving. Okay, I need to add my trade stuff here. Okie dokie, let's screenshots going here for the month of July. Not too shabby. To do like general performance, I'm not gonna. We'll change these. Okay. For this. That's the performance, overall performance slide. Okay. So we're up on the month. That's what both things showed. We're like 2 down days, 1 big giant up day. Then actually Friday was nice too. Good start to the month. That trading that future, I did make money on that. That was pretty cool. That's not included in this data. Whatever. We want to see. What do I want to see? I want to see the summaries. That's what I want to see. So overall statistics. Okay. Yeah, I think this is about right. Oh, we can pull it from Schwab too. This, but we want to see portfolio performance. So we want to see my we got to keep up the performance. So the numbers are kind of wacky, but the performance, so S&P is up 2, NASDAQ is up 3, I'm up 1.5. So I need to be starting to perform better than that. Yeah, we need to make more. Oh, chat. They were on. Up. Okay. Alright, let's go. This here. This record. So the highest P&L was an that needs to losses are also, but the bulls never run anything else. Let's do we'll look at the tag groups. Then we'll look at like days of the not date trading as much. I've kind of limited it to strategies that I use. Now what I guess I could do for August is I could maybe separate out the AI portfolio with discretionary trading. I'm gonna have to do that, but it's much easier to stick to one protocol in the portfolio. Let's look at groups of everything's. Eggs. Then we can get the tags for the swap trades. Um, load? I think it's gonna load. Let's see, just click profit loss. Here we go. I want the tags. Outlook. Setting them up. Here, put well, I think times actively that write it in the test it with the guy, do all the things. We have enough of that. Still working on this. Staggering the trades, I like that. Also, I have kind of a going with strategy, but more so to even just go through the data, be able to track, use basically trades visible eye. That's that's important to try to do. Let's see. Oh, we want to stick. Sure that we have enough on, we're utilizing our credit enough, we're taking advantage of opportunity to put those call spreads on, or the put spreads on, watching the market environment and consulting with the AI too. Sure that we're getting some back on this thing. So we have now a whole month to try this strategy out. Let's try to utilize that. We only had about, so far, 2 of this. This will be kind of the 4th week, also a new month, so through month and see how it does. Volatile, August and September, rocky, so see how it goes, but it's been working so far, so keep that going. And we do have multiple ways to monitor our progress, so we can look in Schwab, we can place it. Let's start to get that blue line up though. I don't like that that is going down. Big gap between where we start. Although I'm still good, I guess. But this number is all things considered, we're still up. So huh. And I might be able to, start to add money to also opportunity that where I can put in some contribution. Part of what helped my other account grow. Doesn't have to be a lot, but adding to it I think is important as well. Break, just stand up, walk around a little bit. Figuring out like what grade school. I'm back. I got a snack, sparkly water, ready to finish this out. Let's go. That'll be enough. Oh, I don't. Go ahead. Oh, I need to process. Copy this. In here. Runtman's in here. Gotta turn this on because then Runtman is right here. How big is that? So these are our levels for last week. So X was percent. 4. Yikes. Big gap. Lost technical support. That's why I put the call spread on. I know you're supposed to put spreads on, but it had been following its like 9 and 15 EMAs for days, and then it just craps out. And it's been actually no. This has been going on. It hasn't fallen below. Its moving averages really since March. Well, that's a lie. So March. Oh no, let's go here. Since April 23rd. App down. App here too. It's 61. This could get ugly, chat. So the first gap is at 77. The next gap to the downside is like the 200 SMA, which is 72. Yeah, don't be surprised if this falls to 72. I'm not going to be surprised. That like I put that position on for. Then it was like hard to find a trade. It was like, well, there wasn't really a downtrend. And this is not a downtrend. This is only 2 bars on a daily chart, which doesn't really make a trend. So, I mean, you need more data. You could look at maybe the 4-hour, but you could probably draw a downward trend line on the 4-hour chart. Like if you're following, yeah, you can. I don't think chat will check to see stuff on that screen. I think I have to put. Oh my. Oh wow, it perfectly took her out of the picture. How did you prompt that? Oh wow, it's got the shadow and everything. Oh my god. Wow. Deep fake. You weren't at the gallery. Cookie Monster was at the gallery. No, I mean the shading and like in where he is in relation, like that's crazy. Yeah, but see, the thing is too is like you had to have that idea. ChatGPT just didn't instantly think of that. You still need a human in the loop, y'all. And there's just some fierce looking birds in her backyard there. Those are kind of fierce. Alright, so you could draw a downtrend line on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, well maybe we'll put that on there. Or really, it just needs to come back above its moving averages. As long as it stays below its 9 and its 15 EMA, and now it's below the 200 on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. And well, it went from green to neutral. It hasn't even gone red yet. So we got a minute yet, chat. But it'll probably open down. I want to put money on. I would put 50 cents on that. Probably gonna open. Probably get a down open. I just till like all the other markets truly come online, but I don't think there's any confidence in our system right now. Like AI, yeah, but like everybody's gonna have their own AI, so it's not really dependent on our AI. Like, yes, NVIDIA is important because they are gonna be the backbone of the AI around the world because there's no other company that's gonna do that. Or can do that, like that can work with all these different companies all over the place. But it's not like American AI competes with Chinese AI. They're two separate things. Two separate. We're not going to use Chinese AI. They're not going to use ours. And I don't think any other country is going to interact together. So and everything except utilities was down. Sounds good. We should have done XLU in the other portfolio. It doesn't have very good options though. XLU. Utility ETF. Utilities. XLU. XLU was the only performer last week. Let's see. So gainers for the by market cap. Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, Walmart, Costco, AbbVie, AMD, Philip Morris, AstraZeneca, Abbott Laboratories. That's kind of a mix of companies. Sure you don't want to go back and buy Nvidia? What if I sold a put in $17,000? What if I sold a put in Nvidia? What if I even did a put spread? So instead of doing SPY, I would do an Nvidia put spread. Huh. Cowboy plays. Let's go. Plus they're super liquid. Let's learn how to trade Nvidia because it's going to take over the world. It's going to be like Apple. It's going to be the only thing to trade. Already has taken. What am I talking? Best stocks by market cap. Either by volume, Lobo, Tinon. Look at these on Monday though for like. SoFi could be day traded. I mean, you could buy the shares of SoFi. The options stuck for SoFi. Applied Digital. I'm liking these names. Yep. Market cap. Apple. Apple, Google, Amazon. I think Google's misguided. Get that twisted. Or I could sell put verticals on Google. That's another option. So we have Nvidia, Google. Those sound more fun than IW. Berkshire Hathaway yet again. Tesla, JP Morgan, Oracle, TSM. How is TSM down? Like, TSM makes everything. There's my trades. Where? Okay. Some takeaways. That. Second is strategy. AI enhanced strategy. But so I need to know how much credit I've put out there, how much I'm receiving, what I'm actually receiving, like all of that stuff needs to be When I look at it, am I under allocated or over allocated? I need to be able to figure that out immediately. So that dashboard. Now enough strategy. Kind of like when to take profits. Allocate. Environment. We're still working on optimizing. So the trading plan, let's new trade idea is gonna be SPQ. We're also looking, maybe instead of an index, we'll use NVDA or Google put spreads. Place of no, Google has the search thing coming down. That's my only, that judgment needs to come through, and then I think Google might be a better thing to use. In the next month, Nvidia might be a better thing to use because it has earnings at the end of the month, and it might just slowly creep back up. Like if it's down tomorrow, I might sell a put spread in. Yeah. So let's take a look at those strikes and just see if that's a possibility for. So let me get that up. So let's go ahead and take. Options. I want to go out to earn. Volatilities. Pricing. Coach. Delta. And versus Cowboys. That's 85 for 1,000. Spread it off. Are though. I come in real close. That bad? Fair. That's great. $500 credit, 500 credit. Over the next, that's what I'm trying to earn every week, right? That'll help me get there. So that's kind of what, like, so I'll get about half of that. So I have the cash secure puts, have that premium, plus this premium. See, that's what I need to figure out. Like, how much do I have for each, theoretically? If Nvidia goes down, I might consider a put spread. I think that's fair. I don't know where it's going to be. It's probably going to be around the 30 deltas. That'll be where I put my... Or if you just... went. I don't think here. For that, I think I'll seriously consider an NVDA put spread if it goes down when the market opens. I'll consider that. If we get higher volatility, we're selling premium. Also, yes, I also need to develop that watch list of things. Well, really, I kind of just trade the same things though. So when volatility does go high, I need to have my capital ready to be able to capitalize on that. Because the strategy is to collect premium. So there needs to be on, if you're lost for ideas, it's kind of like look at the indices first, and then look at their biggest components second, and then maybe from there look at those competitors. I think that's how the watch list would have to go. Because you need, the things that I need are liquid options. I need lots of volume. That's not going to happen on every ticker. If I'm chasing something day tradey, then that's different. But we need liquidity, we need volume. We'll look at possibly Fed. Well, have earned that up. Palantir, Rivian for Shopify. Novo Nordisk already said what's going on with the whatever on that. Or whatever they said. Duolingo. Huh. Follow. We'll see how they go. right? How it goes. Goals are to optimize our AI strategy so that I know how much capital is in, how much capital is coming out, what I need to deploy, and what situation I need to deploy those in. I'll work on that. Optimize that. Stick to particular tickers. Like I get excited about other tickers, but I'm trying to do one thing here, and we need to optimize that. So let's focus on that AI optimization and getting the most income I can. That's what we'll. So we went through the AI strategy, went through the month in review, both of which are positive. AI enhanced strategy. Optimize that and have a core sort of index ticker, which I'm trying to make you. And then iBit, because that's been successful all year. Walmart's still in my portfolio, so that's been there all year. So I need one more sleeve of something. That's either going to be SPY, maybe NVIDIA, maybe Google. That's kind of the last sleeve that I will add. And then we have a little bit of, let's ISM Fed speakers that these up. But well, the tariff stuff happening. There are resources out there that can tell you like what the tariffs are, this and that, but it's all determined by a press conference and a tweet. So keep your eyes out for that. But I don't see. Not too. Advice or recommendation. That's it. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, hearts, whatever button, comment, throw in an emote if you like what you see, and I will wish you a profitable trading week. Bye bye.